within a month.
दरअसल आपको बता दें कि पूर्व प्रिंसिपल संदीप घोष को लेकर भ्रष्टाचार के कई आरोप लग रहे थे। पिछले 5 दिनों से संदीप घोष से लगातार सीबीआई पूछताछ कर रही है, लेकिन अब एसआईटी का गठन ममता सरकार ने कर दिया है। दरअसल आरोप ये लग रहे हैं कि 2021 से जब संदीप घोष ने आरजीकर अस्पताल के प्रिंसिपल पद का पदभार संभाला, उसके बाद से ही कई सारे घोटालों को लेकर लगातार शिकायतें मिल रही थी। प्रदर्शन पर बैठे डॉक्टर्स, रेजिडेंट डॉक्टर्स, स्टूडेंट्स ने भी संदीप घोष पर भ्रष्टाचार के कई आरोप लगाए। फाइनेंशियल ट्रांजैक्शन में घपला करने के आरोप लगे हैं। इसी को देखते हुए अब ममता सरकार ने एसआईटी का गठन कर दिया है। इस एसआईटी को 1 महीने के अंदर अपनी रिपोर्ट जो है वो पेश करनी है। इस आईटी के अंदर आईजी रैंक के ऑफिसर शामिल हैं जो कि इस पूरे मामले की जांच कर रहे हैं।
When confronted, he remained mum.
আপনি কি কাউকে আড়াল করতে চাইছেন? শুধুমাত্র কি সঞ্জয়ের পেছনে রয়েছে? সন্দীপ বাবু কিছু বলতে চান? সিবিআই কি আজকে আবারও আপনাকে ডেকেছে? লালবাজার কি আপনি যাবেন না সন্দীপ বাবু? লালবাজার কি যাবেন না? আজকে আপনাকে তো ডাকা হয়েছে নির্যাতিতার নাম প্রকাশ্যে আনার জন্য। সঞ্জয়কে কি আড়াল করার চেষ্টা করছেন সন্দীপ বাবু? কিছু বলবেন? এই ঘটনায় কি আরো অনেকে যুক্ত রয়েছে? সুপ্রিম কোর্ট কার্যত ভৎসনা করেছে কালকে সন্দীপ বাবু। সুপ্রিম কোর্ট কার্যত আপনাকে ভৎসনা করেছে সন্দীপ বাবু। আপনি অধ্যক্ষ ছিলেন সেই সময়, শুধুমাত্র সেমিনার রুমে একাধিক ছাপ পাওয়া গিয়েছে। সিবিআই ফরেনসিক টিম সেখানে গিয়েছে, সিবিআই একাধিক ছাপ পেয়েছে। এভিডেন্স নষ্ট করা, এভিডেন্স কি কোনোভাবে নষ্ট করা হয়েছে সন্দীপ বাবু? কিছু বলতে চান? কিছু বলতে চান সন্দীপ বাবু?
CBI probe states that Ghosh was aware of the crime.
The link between Arnab Datta and this Sanjay is an old link. That is what we are getting in from our sources. Both are members of this police welfare society, a society that was created very recently for the last 2-3 years. Clearly, it's like a shadow organization for Trinamool Congress-backed cops, and specifically the cops, the lower rank cops. They enroll themselves in this police welfare society, which is headed by another influential top cop who is close to Mamata Banerjee, the Home Minister of West Bengal. So clearly, influential people, influential cops are part of this police welfare society leadership. And investigators, you have seen the visuals, and we are back to back. We'll show the visuals where this Arnab Datta yesterday was running like he has participated in some marathon. He was just asked, why are you running? Do you know Sanjay? Do you know Sandep Ghosh? Are you part of the influential lobby of police welfare board? He didn't answer. He just ran away from there, and the entire sequence is there where he's running and just dodging the questions, just entering, storming into the CBI office. The main point of contention is whether this man, this Sanjay, is just one single civic volunteer, or he was actually there as an assistant of the main accused, of the prime accused.
The scanner now seems to be on Ghosh's history of financial irregularities. Former principal Sandep Ghosh has a full past of tainted activities. Ghosh has time and again faced charges of corruption and financial irregularities. Is it an attempt by the Mamata-led TMC government to use the issue of financial irregularities as an eyewash to the bigger issue at hand?
Viewers, we're getting live visuals from Kolkata. This is Sandep Ghosh's car that right now, the CBI team is right now investigating that Sandep Ghosh's car. And remember, multiple cases from the past have come up, as we were telling you right now. And now these are latest visuals coming in first from Republic TV. The CBI sleuths there investigating Sandep Ghosh's car, as he has been under scanner. He has been questioned for a 6th straight day. And his car, the Mahindra Scorpio, is now being probed. It's part of it's being investigated by the CBI, and he's under lens, he's under scanner, and many questions have been raised even by the Supreme Court when it was hearing this case, a suo motu hearing, and now live visuals coming in from Kolkata, where the CBI is probing Sandep Ghosh's car. And viewers, remember, Sandep Ghosh has had a tainted past. We have been telling you a history and many skeletons that are tumbling out from his past. The ex-principal of RG Kaur Medical College, and who is protecting Sandep Ghosh. Who was he protected? How he was running a nexus, a racket that has been alleged by a former colleague of his. Big allegations are coming to the fore as far as the ex-principal of the RG Kaur Hospital is concerned. Remember, polygraph test also on Sandep Ghosh is pending. So it's day 12 of the protests over the RG Kaur rape and murder horror, viewers, and the epicenter of this uprising is in West Bengal. People have taken to the streets. Their outrage is unabated, and in fact it's also unprecedented. One by one, the nexus is being exposed. People of the country are refusing to stay quiet, and they want Mamata Banerjee to also break her silence and take the responsibility and stop protecting those who are involved in this horrific crime that has shocked the nation. Republic is relentlessly reporting from ground zero, bringing to you the voices of the protesters. Their message is loud and clear. Take a look.
The chorus for justice for Abaya is unstoppable. From Kolkata,
हमारा सवाल यही था कि जघन्य वारदात हुई, लेकिन उस समय जो प्रिंसिपल मौजूद था उसको टर्मिनेट करने की हम मांग कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हमारी ये भी मांगे नहीं सुनी गई है, ये कहते हुए नजर आए। लेकिन अब इनका ये कहना है कि हम कल जो है सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जो कुछ कहा जाता है सुप्रीम कोर्ट की ओर से, इसके बाद हम आगे जो है फैसला करेंगे कि हमें क्या करना है। कुल मिलाकर कल सीबीआई जब स्टेटस रिपोर्ट सौंपेगी, इसके बाद देखना यही होगा कि आखिर क्या कुछ इस केस का, इस पूरे वारदात का जो है जो तस्वीरें हैं क्या कुछ निकल कर सामने आती है, क्योंकि कल सब कुछ निर्भर करता है सीबीआई के स्टेटस रिपोर्ट पर।
to Siliguri,
They say that
to Hyderabad,
until justice is seeing is that protests have been continuing here in Hyderabad as well, as we see protests which have been taking place all across the country over the incident that had taken place at the RG Kaur Hospital in Kolkata. Now definitely the students here, the junior doctors especially here have come together from Usmania Gandhi Hospital, Usmania Hospital, NIMS Hospital. They all have come here together staging protest demanding justice, and they say that they will continue to protest until the justice is delivered, and also at the same time they continue to demand for a Central Protection Act where we
and the national capital.
Doctors now want the clear action, and yes, despite the assurance by the Chief Justice of India, that is D.Y. Chandrachud, you want, the doctors are still protesting, and I would just request our journalists as we move towards the protest site, because over here there are still a sizable amount of resident doctors who want to express their dissent, and more than dissent, they want to express their grievances of how the safety and security of each and every woman, and not only doctors, be kept secure. And thereby you saying that how several placards are also expressing that how the safety and security of women needs to be ensured. Get to the root cause, smash the patriarchy. That's one of the placard messages which are being expressed. And over here again you're saying protect your daughter. No, not protect your daughter, but rather educate your sons. So this is another important message that is being shown by the placard over here. Again, a very important is don't color our white aprons red. So yes, over here you are seeing that how the doctors continue to feel insecure, and thereby you're witnessing that how the doctors are asking for the Central Protection Act.
Even as there is a bid to botch up the probe by the Mamata government, India is uniting and demanding justice for Abaya.
The pressure is clearly mounting, viewers, and thanks to the voices of the people, the way they've shown solidarity, there are more and more exposes that are happening. Dirty secrets are tumbling out of the RG Medical College and Hospital that has been in the eye of a storm after the brutal rape and murder of Dr. Abaya. From the malpractices to the financial irregularities to the ethical violations, the nation now asks if the oldest state-run hospital in Kolkata is a crime den in the guise of a hospital. Here's a report.
After the Kolkata police was deemed unfit and inefficient by the top court to secure the RG hospital, the CISF took charge today. This, a day after the Supreme Court heavily criticized the Kolkata police for mishandling the mob attack at RG hospital.
Sir, what are you going to take over from today?
I'm not supposed, I'm not, I'm doing my job which has been mandated by higher authority. So let me do our job. Whatever input we require, it will be given to you once we do our.
From squandering government money to evading financial rules deliberately to malpractice in recruitment to collecting bribes from vendors. Shocking allegations of malpractice that have come to light from RG.
Obviously, the women doctors have left for the reason that they are fearful of their safety. If the premises of this hospital have to be safeguarded for these doctors to resume duty, who is going to provide security at the premises?
We give an undertaking to this court.
CISF security.
We'll give an undertaking to this court.
Let it be CISF.
What we suggest is this, because if conditions return to normal,
we'll put additional.
If conditions return to normal at this hospital,
yes,
and doctors start coming back, this will have an impact on the rest of the.
Of course.
Therefore, why does we propose that let the CISF provide security at the premises of this hospital?
Deputy Superintendent of the West Bengal Health Recruitment Board, Akhtar Ali, in an exclusive conversation with Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami, spilled the beans on the debate last night.
Akhtar Ali, I want to start with you. What information do you have about what was going on in the RG hospital and what has led to this particular crime?
Actually, 1.5 years ago, in the month of July 2023, I lodged a complaint against this former principal, Dr. Sandep Ghosh, regarding his irregularities and scam, and I exposed him in front of media, TV9, and in Anand Bazar Patrika also published regarding his scam. He is a criminal, he is not doctor. He is a criminal and he is running, right now, he used to run a mafia raj in RG Medical College and Hospital. He malpracticed by illegal trafficking of biomedical waste like use syringe, use needle, use rubber gloves, use saline bottle like this, and not this is he also runs a mafia raj because he used to spoil some of the student, and he targeted some student could not complete his internship completion certificate because Sandep Ghosh targeted those students. As Sandep Ghosh wants to be a more powerful, and for the sake of money, he did a lot of irregularities, including donating of dead bodies for workshop. And he used to sell dead body also. I filed a PIL against him in 2024. I exposed him and made complaint before the Anti-Corruption Bureau as Vigilance Commission. But no action was taken against him.
Meanwhile, the man who was at the helm of affairs, former principal of RG Dr. Sandep Ghosh, has been quizzed for over 60 hours, but no action has been taken yet.
আপনি কি কাউকে আড়াল করতে চাইছেন? শুধুমাত্র কি সঞ্জয়ের পেছনে রয়েছে? সন্দীপ বাবু কিছু বলতে চান? সিবিআই কি আজকে আবারও আপনাকে ডেকেছে? লালবাজার কি আপনি যাবেন না সন্দীপ বাবু? লালবাজার কি যাবেন না আজকে? আপনাকে তো ডাকা হয়েছে। নির্যাতিতার নাম প্রকাশ্যে আনার জন্য সঞ্জয়কে কি আড়াল করার চেষ্টা করছেন সন্দীপ বাবু? কিছু বলবেন? এই ঘটনায় কি আরো অনেকে যুক্ত রয়েছে? সুপ্রিম কোর্ট কার্যত ভৎসনা করেছে কালকে সন্দীপ বাবু। সুপ্রিম কোর্ট কার্যত আপনাকে ভৎসনা করেছে সন্দীপ বাবু। আপনি অধ্যক্ষ ছিলেন সেই সময়, শুধুমাত্র সেমিনার রুমে একাধিক পায়ের ছাপ পাওয়া গিয়েছে। সিবিআই ফরেনসিক টিম সেখানে গিয়েছে, সিবিআই একাধিক ছাপ পেয়েছে। এভিডেন্স নষ্ট করা, এভিডেন্স কি কোনোভাবে নষ্ট করা হয়েছে সন্দীপ বাবু? কিছু বলতে চান? কিছু বলতে চান সন্দীপ বাবু?
Allegedly, Arjikar has had a tainted past, with mystery deepening over previous cases that were passed off as suicide. With more and more dark secrets of the oldest state-run hospital in the state, a can of worms has now opened. It is a massive loss of face for the TMC government in West Bengal.
All this, viewers, leads the questions to Chief Minister of West Bengal, the only woman Chief Minister in the country right now, Mamata Banerjee. Mamata Banerjee has been dodging responsibility. Instead, her police is brutally cracking down on the protesters. There is token action by suspending 2 ACPs and an inspector. All this to merely save face. There are many questions on the role of Mamata police, which fails to protect those who are supposed to be secure, who are quick to crack down on those demanding justice, but they protect those who need to be held responsible. Republic asks, when will action be taken on Police Commissioner of West Bengal, Vineet Goyal? Take a look at this report.
It has been 12 days since Abaya was brutally raped and murdered at Arjikar Hospital and College in Kolkata. The entire nation is seething in anger over the Kolkata rape and murder horror. India is out on the streets demanding justice for Abaya. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is staring at a people's uprising, with protests erupting left, right and centre across Kolkata. She deployed her corps to brutally crack down on the protests. Meanwhile, rape-accused Sanjay Roy's close aide, Assistant Sub-Inspector Arnab Datta, was also summoned by the CBI yesterday. Watch how ASI Arnab Datta runs away from the journalists and their cameras.
Visuals coming in of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is on a visit to Poland, and after that he will be visiting Ukraine. And Prime Minister Modi there getting a rousing welcome, you can see, by the Indian diaspora as well. Prime Minister Modi arriving in Warsaw. It's his first leg of his two-nation visit to Poland and Ukraine. There you have the latest visuals coming in. He's signing, he's giving autographs. Of course, a popular Prime Minister, and many people from the Indian diaspora, members of the Indian community in Warsaw, all queuing up, the young and the old, all in fact wanting to shake hands with him, bringing presents for him, and getting selfies clicked with the Indian Prime Minister. He's arrived in Poland and Warsaw. In fact, he's the first Indian Prime Minister to visit Poland in 45 long years. It's a strategic visit, viewers, to Poland, and a key move in balancing the global alliances. And here you have the Prime Minister on his first leg of this two-nation visit to Poland and the war-torn Ukraine. And of course, India also aims to retrace the historical India and Poland ties. It's an unprecedented 3-day visit to Poland and Ukraine, and he has received a rousing welcome in Warsaw. The Prime Minister is the first to visit Poland in 45 years since Morarji Desai in 1979. It also coincides with the 70th anniversary of diplomatic relations between India and Poland. Senior Executive Head Abhishek Kapoor joins us on the broadcast. Abhishek, of course, this has its own significance with the first Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, 45 years after Morarji Desai. there are, of course, strong ties, historical ties, cultural ties between India and Poland, and he's receiving a rousing welcome.
Well, yes, as of now, of course, we are seeing pictures of the diaspora welcoming Prime Minister Modi. Has just arrived a while back, but remember that there is a historical connect, and the Prime Minister, in fact, would be visiting a couple of those memorials. So the Maharaja of Jamnagar, the Jam Sahib, Maharaja of Nawanagar, he's very famous among the Poles because he had given refuge to about 1,000 odd Poles, mostly children, and he had set up a camp for them in Balachari in Jamnagar, and so there is a good Maharaja street there in Warsaw in memory of the Jam Sahib of Nawanagar. And these pictures there of the diaspora, of course. And so the Prime Minister, after having arrived there, is going to lay wreath at the Jam Sahib of Nawanagar Memorial, which I was mentioning, Rakshita. And subsequently, he would be laying wreath at the monument of the Battle of Monte Cassino and the Kolhapur Memorial, another Maharaja who had given refuge to Poles. And then, of course, the diaspora event, which we are looking forward to in a while from now.
It's absolutely disrespectful, bizarre, and it's killing humanity. I don't think we need to be discussing. We need to be thinking or taking sides in this matter. We have what we have seen in the news. We have evidence of the culprit. There have been news, which I've, of course, read, even if you don't want to see that it's not just one person, there might be more. We have evidence. We know the heinous crime that is committed. We have a person who's into a profession, who's been in profession of saving lives, gone through such trauma. The family is going through such trauma, and we are discussing and taking sides. I mean, I think we've completely lost out on humanity and being aware that we are humans first before we have titles in front of our name or on our desk. It's absolutely bizarre. So I don't think that it's a time for taking sides. I think it's time for punishing the one who has committed the heinous crime and nothing doing. You have evidence, please punish him so that it is there as a testament that, such crimes obviously will not be spared at all. And there's no time for discussion. How she tackles it, how she comes out of it, again, fact of the matter is the police has identified a person. We've identified the victim. We've not identified the one who's committed the crime. No, we have, because we have enough evidence. In the first 24, 40 hours, we had enough evidence. If I have seen sitting in my house on a video clip, then that means the police would definitely have more. Now, what are they waiting for? I've stopped reading into all these things because it's painful reading a story of what has happened. I mean, someone has lost their life. We as individuals are unsafe. We are tortured. We are in a country where we talk of empowerment and gender parity and,
Prime Minister there at the Warsaw Hotel, where he's going to be put up, being welcomed by the diaspora, as also, of course, the Poles. The Polish community, remember, has a historical connect with India going back to the World War II, when two Maharajas, one of Jajam Sahib, and let's listen into the interaction the Prime Minister is having with these kids.
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ऑटोग्राफ भी दिया, क्या बात हुई आपसे, ये थोड़ा बताएं।
बस उन्होंने ये साइन दिया है, उन्होंने उनकी आंखों में पूरा सच दिख गया है कि वो अपनी माँ को कितना प्यार करते हैं, और ये बहुत बहुत सारा कुछ पावन हो गया। और उन्होंने मेरी राखी भी ले ली है।
उन्होंने राखी भी ले ली इनकी, क्या बोला आपने उनसे जब भेंट हुई आपकी?
बस मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई है, बस वो आए, मैंने वेलकम मोदी ऐसे ही बोला और कुछ नहीं। और ऐसे ही जो हम लोगों को BAPS ग्रुप की वजह से उन्होंने ये मौका दिया है, जिसकी वजह से हम सारे लोगों को ये फंक्शन में आने का जो सौभाग्य हुआ है वो सिर्फ BAPS की वजह से। और सबके लिए, सबको, हर एक जो 35 जन है, 35 से 40 जन सुबह से यहाँ पर खड़े हैं और उन सारों को उनकी एक प्रतिभा दिखने को मिली है, वही एक बहुत अच्छा है। तो ये सारी बातें मैं 2 शब्दों में तो नहीं बोल सकी उन्हें, बट सिर्फ इतना बोला, वेलकम मोदी। हाँ जी, थैंक यू सो मच।
यस, अच्छा, प्लीज एक मिनट। वो भी मिले, उन्होंने उसका नाम पूछा, उसका नाम क्या है,
क्या क्या बातें हुई?
तो पहले जैसे आया तो उन्होंने उसके चीक पे प्ले किया, फिर उसे बोला कि क्या नाम है, फिर आशीर्वाद देके गए कि वेरी ब्यूटीफुल, ऐसा कुछ।
उन्होंने उनका नाम पूछा और आशीर्वाद दिया, बहुत बहुत अच्छी बात थी।
शी इज वेरी ब्लेस्ड फॉर अस एंड आई थिंक सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द
best opportunity.
I would never forget this, because this is speechless moment for all of us. So thank you for everything, and especially the BAPS Sanstha, which is the one who is the responsible and allow us to do and to be part of this occasion. So we all are very grateful for everything for the BAPS, and BAPS is one of the greatest organizations ever, and it will remain forever. Thank you.
Oh. Hi, he gave autograph to you. इसके बाद आप?
Well, the diaspora and the Poles also, some of them having a connect with India going back to the World War II, their families, they are welcoming Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Warsaw when he has reached the hotel after an 8-hour-long flight. He emplaned for Warsaw early in the morning from New Delhi, and immediately after this, Prime Minister is going to be visiting a couple of memorials before he has the community event, which is going to be at about 8 p.m. Warsaw time, about 11:30 p.m. India time. Moving on. All right, moving on and coming back to the story which we have been relentlessly pursuing, that of justice for Abaya in Kolkata, and the manner in which we have seen outpouring of grief, anger, frustration and horror at the manner in which the aftermath of the gruesome rape and murder has been handled. We in fact have found out details which clearly show that there was collusion between the administration and the police to cover up some discomforting facts insofar as those at the helm in the RG hospital are concerned. So, for example, there is a big nexus that has been running all this while at the hospital, and it's not just a case of rape and murder. It seems that the victim knew about some of those happenings, and then that's the reason why she was silenced. But there's something more than that, and which is that we are getting you the reconstruction of the timeline that has been done by the CBI, which has found some gaps in the timeline of the Kolkata police as it came out of the case diary, which was handed over to the CBI, the central agency, following the transfer of the case at the insistence of the Calcutta High Court. Now, there is a clear attempt at cover-up that can be seen between the two timelines, and effectively an attempt to shut the case. We learned that the CBI prop timeline says that the FIR was registered 8 hours after the incident took place. That is around 11:45 p.m. on that fateful day. And remember, this is 3 hours after the body was already handed over to the parents. And that gives you an idea of the kind of cover-up that's been happening. All right, so that's one of the gaps. And then there are others. For example, the fact that Sandep Ghosh allowed Dr. Sandep Ghosh, the superintendent, allowed the bringing down of a wall at the seminar room, and the horrific case really unraveling, despite the fact that he knew that this is a scene of crime. And the explanation that he gave for bringing down that wall was that this was pre-planned. Okay, so moving on now. The horror case of Abaya's rape and murder at the RGKR hospital has led to widespread protest, as we have been bringing to you from across the country, not just Kolkata or Bengal, with demonstrators taking to the streets and demanding justice. However, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has been dodging responsibility. Instead, she's brutally cracking down on protesters and taking token action by suspending 2 of the ACPs involved in the police action and an inspector to save face. Republic asks, when will action be taken on Police Commissioner Vineet Goyal? Remember, he is someone who has blamed media for the manner in which the protests have panned out and police's failure to control them. Let's take a look at this report.
It has been 12 days since Abaya was brutally raped and murdered at RGKR Hospital and College in Kolkata. The entire nation is seething in anger over the Kolkata rape and murder horror. India is out on the streets demanding justice for Abaya. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is staring at a people's uprising, with protests erupting left, right and centre across Kolkata. She deployed her corps to brutally crack down on the protests. Meanwhile, rape-accused Sanjay Roy's close aide, Assistant Sub-Inspector Arnab Datta, was also summoned by the CBI yesterday. Watch how ASI Arnab Datta runs away from the journalists and their cameras. Rape-accused Sanjay Roy and former RGKR College Principal Sandep Ghosh are being continuously grilled by the CBI. Facing seething anger, Mamata was forced to take action against her own corps. However, suspending 2 assistant commissioners and an inspector for alleged negligence over the RGKR vandalism seems like token action rather than a sincere effort to give justice to Abaya. Significantly, Mamata Banerjee's top cop Vineet Kumar Goyal is away from facing the axe. Amid the nationwide public outcry and token action by the Chief Minister, a lot of questions remain unanswered. And the big question, is it true or is it not true that the Kolkata Police Commissioner Vineet Goyal himself intervened in the case and was directly in touch, giving instructions before Abaya's cremation?
All right, another aspect that has come to light is that whether ASI Arnab Datta helped Sanjay Roy, the main accused. Remember those pictures yesterday of ASI Datta running and away from cameras, and he seems to be an accomplice of Sanjay Roy to the extent that it is believed that he provided Roy access to police quarters and a police motorcycle also post the incident. Both Datta and Roy are members of the Kolkata Police Welfare Committee, and Roy, who was recruited in 2019 for the disaster management group, never served there, but had direct access to hospitals where police personnel were admitted. The CBI is examining how Roy reached the 3rd floor of the building late at night and whether he received insider help. Dirty secrets really tumbling out of the RGKR hospital that has been in the eye of this storm after the brutal rape and murder of Abaya. From malpractices to financial irregularities, for which even Mamata Banerjee government had to set up a committee to ethical violations. The nation now asks if the oldest state-run hospital in Kolkata is a crime den in the guise of a hospital. Take a look at those details.
After the Kolkata police was deemed unfit and inefficient by the top court to secure the RG Kar hospital, the CISF took charge today. This, a day after the Supreme Court heavily criticized the Kolkata police for mishandling the mob attack at RG Kar hospital.
Sir, what are you going to take over from today?
I'm not supposed, I'm not, I'm doing my job which has been mandated by higher authority. So let me do our job. Whatever input we require, it will be given to you once we do our.
From squandering government money to evading financial rules deliberately to malpractice in recruitment to collecting bribes from vendors. Shocking allegations of malpractice that have come to light from RG Kar.
Obviously, the women doctors have left for the reason that they are fearful of their safety. If the premises of this hospital have to be safeguarded for these doctors to resume duty, who is going to provide security at the premises?
We give an undertaking to this court.
CISF security.
We'll give an undertaking to this court.
Let it be CISF.
What we suggest is this, because if conditions return to normal,
we'll put additional.
If conditions return to normal at this hospital,
yes,
and doctors start coming back, this will have an impact on the rest of the.
Of course.
Therefore, why does we propose that let the CISF provide security at the premises of this hospital?
Deputy Superintendent of the West Bengal Health Recruitment Board, Akhtar Ali, in an exclusive conversation with Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami, spilled the beans on the debate last night.
Akhtar Ali, I want to start with you. What information do you have about what was going on in the RG Kar hospital and what has led to this particular crime?
Actually, 1.5 years ago, in the month of July 2023, I lodged a complaint against this former principal, Dr. Sandep Ghosh, regarding his irregularities and scam, and I exposed him in front of media, TV9, and in Anand Bazar Patrika also published regarding his scam. He is a criminal, he is not doctor. He is a criminal and he is running, right now, he used to run a mafia raj in RG Kar Medical College and Hospital. He malpracticed by illegal trafficking of biomedical waste like used syringe, used needle, used rubber gloves, used saline bottle like this. And not this is, he also runs a mafia raj because he used to spoil some of the student, and he targeted some student could not complete his internship completion certificate because Sandep Ghosh targeted those students. As Sandep Ghosh wants to be a more powerful, and for the sake of money, he did a lot of irregularities, including donating of dead bodies for workshop, and he used to sell dead body also. I filed a PIL against him in 2024. I exposed him and made complaint before the Anti-Corruption Bureau as Vigilance Commission, but no action was taken against him.
Meanwhile, the man who was at the helm of affairs, former principal of RG Kar, Dr. Sandep Ghosh, has been quizzed for over 60 hours, but no action has been taken yet.
আপনি কি কাউকে আড়াল করতে চাইছেন? শুধুমাত্র কি সঞ্জয়ের পেছনে রয়েছে? সন্দীপ বাবু কিছু বলতে চান? সিবিআই কি আজকে আবারও আপনাকে ডেকেছে? লালবাজার কি আপনি যাবেন না সন্দীপ বাবু? লালবাজার কি যাবেন না আজকে? আপনাকে তো ডাকা হয়েছে নির্যাতিতার নাম প্রকাশ্যে আনার জন্য। সঞ্জয়কে কি আড়াল করার চেষ্টা করছেন সন্দীপ বাবু? কিছু বলবেন? এই ঘটনায় কি আরো অনেকে যুক্ত রয়েছে? সুপ্রিম কোর্ট কার্যত ভৎসনা করেছে কালকে সন্দীপ বাবু। সুপ্রিম কোর্ট কার্যত আপনাকে ভৎসনা করেছে সন্দীপ বাবু।
লালবাজার
আপনি
যাচ্ছেন না
অধ্যক্ষ
হ্যাঁ
ছিলেন সেই সময় শুধুমাত্র সেমিনার রুমে একাধিক পায়ের ছাপ পাওয়া গিয়েছে। সিবিআই ফরেনসিক টিম সেখানে গিয়েছে, সিবিআই একাধিক ছাপ পেয়েছে। এভিডেন্স নষ্ট করা, এভিডেন্স কি কোনোভাবে নষ্ট করা হয়েছে? সন্দীপ বাবু কিছু বলতে চান? কিছু বলতে চান সন্দীপ বাবু?
Allegedly, Arjikar has had a tainted past, with mystery deepening over previous cases that were passed off as suicide. With more and more dark secrets of the oldest state-run hospital in the state, a can of worms has now opened. It is a massive loss of face for the TMC government in West Bengal.
It's clear there's something that the administration is hiding. There's something that Mamata Banerjee is preventing from coming out, or the Mamata government is preventing from coming out. Who's protecting whom and why? What are the skeletons in the cupboard that are being prevented from coming out is the question we are asking. And for more in-depth, detailed conversation on that, join Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami at 8 p.m. Super Prime Time Max.
The battle for justice continues. Who is Mamata government trying to protect? Justice for Abaya, India's biggest public campaign. Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Let's salute President Biden. He has been democracy's champion at home and abroad. He brought dignity, decency, and competence back to the White House. And he showed what it means to be a true patriot. Thank you, Joe Biden, for your lifetime of service and leadership. And then there was 2016, when it was the honor of my life to accept our party's nomination for president. And nearly 66 million Americans voted for a future where there are no ceilings on our dreams. And afterwards, we refused to give up on America. Millions marched, many ran for office. We kept our eyes on the future. Well, my friends, the future is here. I wish my mother and Kamala's mother could see us. They would say, keep going. Shirley and Jerry would say, keep going. Women fighting for reproductive health care are saying, keep going. Families building better lives, parents stretching to afford child care, young people struggling to pay the rent. They're all asking us to keep going. So, with faith in each other and joy in our hearts, let's send Kamala Harris and Tim Walz.
Meanwhile, the BJP staged a massive protest in Kolkata over the Arjikar rape and murder case. Top netas, including leader of the opposition Sukhantu Majumdar and MLA Agnimitra Pal, also took part in these protests. Meanwhile, doctors staged a protest march across the city that they have been doing so for the last few days. Mamata is facing insubordination within her ranks and a massive people's uprising in the streets across the state. More about the political face-off over the case in this report.
The calls of justice for Abaya are growing louder across the nation. Protesting doctors are still on the streets demanding stringent action against all the accused and a central act to prevent such tragedies in the future. A huge gathering of protesters arrived outside the office of the CBI Special Crimes Branch in Kolkata. The doctors are holding a protest march from the CBI office to the State Health Department building.
कोलकाता के सीजीओ कॉम्प्लेक्स में इस वक्त हम मौजूद हैं और तस्वीरें मैं आपको दिखाऊंगा। बड़ी संख्या में जो प्रोटेस्टर्स डॉक्टर्स हैं वो यहाँ पर इकट्ठे हुए हैं और अपनी मांगों को लेकर जो प्रोटेस्ट है वो यहाँ पर किया जा रहा है। और जहाँ तक आपको कैमरे की नज़र जाती दिखेगी, इसी तरीके से जो प्रोटेस्ट है यहाँ पर प्रोटेस्टर्स करते हुए आपको साफ तौर पर नजर आएंगे। जितना पीछे हम जाएंगे आपको इसी तरीके से प्रोटेस्टर्स नजर आएंगे और आप तस्वीरों में साफ तौर पर देख सकते हैं कि कैसे अपनी मांगों को लेकर डॉक्टर्स अपनी सेफ्टी को लेकर सड़कों पर हैं और जहां तक आपको देखेंगे इसी तरीके से प्रोटेस्ट करते सड़कों पर नजर आ जाएंगे। सीजीओ कॉम्प्लेक्स के बाहर प्रोटेस्ट करने की एक वजह यह भी है कि संदीप घोष पूर्व प्रिंसिपल, उसको लेकर भी डॉक्टर्स में गुस्सा है, करप्शन को लेकर गुस्सा है और यही सभी मांगे हैं कि जो डॉक्टर्स है वो यहाँ पर है। आप लोग प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं।
Even as the anger and frustration of justice delayed is visible, the BJP is also protesting on the streets of Kolkata, demanding Mamta's resignation.
कल कोर्ट का जो verdict आया सुप्रीम कोर्ट, वो दर्शाता है कि कोर्ट का भारत के सर्वोच्च न्यायालय का ममता बनर्जी के सरकार के ऊपर, पुलिस प्रशासन के ऊपर कोई फेथ नहीं है। इसलिए इमीडिएटली सीपी को हटा देना चाहिए, तत्काल अपने पद से हटा देना चाहिए। एक के बाद एक जो घटना घट रही है ये दर्शाता है कि ममता बनर्जी हैज़ नो कंट्रोल ओवर द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन। सो हमारी मांग है ममता बनर्जी को भी रिजाइन कर देना चाहिए।
Earlier, Rahul Gandhi made a controversial statement by terming the protests over the Arjikar rape and murder case as a distraction. Listen into what he had to say.
कोलकाता भैया, यहाँ पे मैं इस इंसिडेंट में आया हूँ सर। मैंने कलकत्ता के इंसिडेंट पे अपनी टिप्पणी करी है, अपने व्यू रखे हैं। यहाँ पे मैं डिस्ट्रैक्ट नहीं करना चाहता हूँ, इसलिए मैं यहाँ इनका मामला उठाने आया हूँ।
The BJP was quick to hit back at the Congress leader over him dismissing the issue.
When asked about the RG Medical College case, which is a clear-cut case of institutional cover-up where the Mamata Banerjee government has been slammed by no less than the Supreme Court for standing not with the Beti but with the Apradhi and the Balatkari, and the entire nation is demanding justice, Rahul Gandhi says, don't ask me about this, it's a distraction. I have done my duty of tweeting. I have done my one statement. Kota ho gaya hai. Don't ask me.
Mamata Banerjee, who is the health minister of the state, is herself accused of being part of the cover-up. A people's uprising on the streets and insubordination within her own ranks. The TMC government has been backed into a corner over the rape and murder case that has shook the nation. Despite all this, Mamata is not only shying away from taking responsibility, she also deployed her cops to brutally crack down on the protests in blatant violation of a Supreme Court observation. The big question is, how much longer can Mamata remain the chief minister and continue dodging the responsibilities?
আমি আজকে সমাজকে কোশ্চেন করতে চাই আমার প্রোটেকশনটা কোথায়।
The involvement, the political link that is basically emerging. Mr. Bhattacharya, do you believe that there is a clear political link? That is the reason why there was an attempt to protect the Arjikar hospital principal?
You see, so far the attempt to protect the principal definitely has some administrative and political interest. The police wanted to probably destroy the body. The chief minister's fixing up the responsibility with one person again raises doubt whether the chief minister was trying to hide somebody else.
In the India Today Best Universities 2023 survey,
India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School, Bengaluru.
Let's salute President Biden. He has been democracy's champion at home and abroad. He brought dignity, decency, and competence back to the White House. And he showed what it means to be a true patriot. Thank you, Joe Biden, for your lifetime of service and leadership. And then there was 2016, when it was the honor of my life to accept our party's nomination for president. And nearly 66 million Americans voted for a future where there are no ceilings on our dreams. And afterwards, we refused to give up on America. Millions marched, many ran for office. We kept our eyes on the future. Well, my friends, the future is here. I wish my mother and Kamala's mother could see us. They would say, keep going. Shirley and Jerry would say, keep going. Women fighting for reproductive.
The battle for justice continues. Who is Mamata government trying to protect? Justice for Abaya, India's biggest public campaign. Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Director, The Taste of Success.
from Asia's largest news headquarters. Setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello and welcome. You watching This Is Exclusive with me, Shavan Singh. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last 12 days, we have been saying that there has been a cover-up. Tonight on This Is Exclusive, we will take you through every detail of the investigation and why we are saying that there is perhaps has been a deliberate cover-up, starting from the crime scene, which is integral when it comes to any medical legal case. Was that tampered with? We'll talk about that. Not just that, for the first time, Bikash Ranjan Bhattacharya, lawyer of Abaya, speaks about what is it that the college authorities first told Abaya's parents. Was it a case of suicide? Was it a case of murder? Several theories were peddled. Look at how Abaya's parents were treated. Questions are now being raised about whether at all there was a deliberate attempt to destroy the evidence, to cover up, to protect someone. Who is the person perhaps the government was trying to protect? All this and much more in this edition of This Is Exclusive. But first, these are the headlines we're tracking at this hour.
Presented by Royal Global University. Northeast can't wait. Pado kuch bano.
Republic mega expose in Kolkata rape case. Expose one tells how CBI has found discrepancies in timeline given by Mamata's cops. A day after ASI Arnab Datta summoned by the Central Bureau of Investigation, probe now reveals that the ASI was linked to accused Sanjay Roy. Revelation in the CBI probe tells how Sandep Ghosh, the ex-principal of RG Corps, was aware of the crime and yet he remained quiet for hours. Former RG Corps principal Sandep Ghosh under CBI scatter sleuths probe Ghosh's car. Former RG Corps official makes a big claim, says that there were 3 rackets running in the hospital and that ex-principal sold unclaimed bodies.
সন্দীপ বাবু কিছু বলতে চান? সিবিআই কি আজকে আবারও আপনাকে ডেকেছে? লালবাজার কি আপনি যাবেন না সন্দীপ বাবু? লালবাজার কি যাবেন না আজকে? আপনাকে তো ডাকা হয়েছে।
Public Bangla confronts Sandep Ghosh over cover-up attempt, but he remains mum.
Presented by Royal Global University. Northeast can't wait. Pado kuch bano.
A crime scene is integral when it comes to the medical legal cases. And remember, if it is tampered with, the entire findings could actually change. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the fulcrum of CBI's investigation. In fact, over the next few minutes, we're going to take you through what is it that the CBI has found so far, what is it that they are targeting right now, and more importantly, who are the people who are under the scanner. Let's begin with the first news break coming in on This Is Exclusive tonight. Top sources have now confirmed that Kolkata police initially did not treat this case as a case of rape and murder. Not just that, the crime scene was not intact. That is the reason why foul play is one angle that the Kolkata police is now looking at. The next news break will actually tell you what exactly is happening with regards to the crime scene. What is it that the CBI has essentially found? It turns out that the renovation work that was essentially done by the RG Kor Hospital, that too under the guidance of the ex-principal of the RG Kor Medical College, is something that the CBI is now looking at. Let's take you through the details of it. Let me also bring in senior editor of Republic Bangla, getting us more details. The first big news break. Kolkata police did not treat it as a case of rape and murder. We've been saying this for a very long time, but Mayuk, it turns out that that's exactly what the CBI essentially suspects at this stage. And that is the reason why there are a few developments that are likely going to take place, which we're going to tell our viewers in a short while from now.
Let me tell you, from the very first day, Republic Bangla and Republic Network did an aggressive reporting, questioning why the entire crime scene is so open. The police is there, but there's lots of politicians, the doctors and others who are roaming around. And most importantly, what we have found out is that from 4 a.m. in the morning, when this lady was killed, lady doctor was killed, till midnight, why there was no proper police protection there. There has been police constables, but in spite of having police constables in the 3rd floor, we have seen how this renovation work is in progress. When Republic Bangla confronted the RG Kor Medical College staff members and police constables on duty, that ye bhaiya ye kya chal raha hai yahan pe? What is it that it's so hastily this entire renovation work is being done? They didn't speak a single word because of the fact that there must be something they were trying to hide. That's why they broke the walls, and most importantly, repainting works at a time. Imagine, Shravan, at a time when something has happened in the same premises, in the same floor, people or this Sandep Ghosh was busy for a renovation work to continue, for a repainting work to continue. So basically, the first crime scene, that is the 3rd floor seminar room, or there is also an angle that probably seminar room is not exactly the place where this lady Abaya was killed and raped, but the adjacent room can also be the crime spot. So right. CBI officers or Kolkata police officers were expecting that entire thing should have been locked.
Well, that brings us to the other news break of the day. We are now being told that the CBI is looking at the post-mortem report very closely. In fact, they are mulling over sending the post-mortem report as well as the videography that has been done by the Kolkata police for an expert opinion. There is a high possibility that this could be sent out of Kolkata. I'm being told by my sources in the Central Bureau of Investigation, they are looking at the option of sending it to All India Institute of Medical Sciences in the national capital. So that's the other big development coming in. Let me bring in my colleague and our senior editor, Mayuk, on this. Mayuk, it's a clear indication of CBI looking into the foul play angle. They are now planning to get an expert opinion as far as the post-mortem report is concerned. And just to remind our viewers, the post-mortem report makes an indication of 18 external injuries that have taken place. And that is the reason why many forensic experts believe that there is a possibility of more than one person, more than one prime accused.
Absolutely, yes, Shravan, and most importantly, why this post-mortem was hastily done. Not only 18 injuries, Shravan, but the way the post-mortem or the autopsy has been conducted has also been challenged by several forensic experts, several doctors who are protesting. Shravan, the first point is whether there was an X-ray facility available, whether X-ray was conducted on the body, because of the fact that through clinical eyes, the doctors there, the eyewitnesses there, for the first time, they raised this point that this cannot be a suicide. It has to be a murder. It has to be some kind of a sexual violence case, because of the fact that there was brutality. The lips was cut. There was several cut marks in the body. There was bite marks in the body. 18 precisely injury points were there. All these things could have been pointed out through naked eyes. But the fact is why this post-mortem is important. First, whether the pelvic bone was broken or not. That was the point of contention. Arnab Goswami or several other doctor federations, they had raised this point that whether there were multiple people who had brutally tortured Abaya, and for that whether an X-ray was conducted. There is no answer because we cannot find out whether an X-ray has been conducted or not. The only thing that can prove this entire thing is that videographic clip which was supposed to be there. Whether this videographic clip is there, whether all the technical things have been carried away, whether everything was carried away as per standard operating procedure of forensic science is going to be the biggest thing. Maybe the AIIMS authorities or the forensic experts at AIIMS are going to validate.
Well, thank you very much, Mayuk, for joining us on This Is Exclusive and putting this into perspective. In fact, what we are going to do over the next couple of minutes, take you through the full story. The timeline, ladies and gentlemen, becomes extremely crucial when it comes to any such investigation. There is a timeline that has been drawn up by the Central Bureau of Investigation. This is based on the documents that have been provided by the Kolkata police, and that's the starting point as far as the investigation goes. Whether at all there is some sort of a cover-up or not. If you simply go by the details that have come in, it appears that more than 8 hours, that's the time that the Kolkata police has actually taken to file the FIR in this particular case. So let's take you through the timeline. Police, in fact, was informed about the body around 9:45 in the morning. This was after a call that went in from RG Kaur Hospital, and that was done by an assistant professor. Police reached the spot around 10:30 in the morning. 9:45 the first call goes, and it's at 10:30 in the morning is when the police reaches. The FIR is then registered 3 hours after the body that was released to the parents. The body was cremated in the afternoon. And finally, the FIR that was basically registered, the body which was handed over to the parents around 8:30 in the evening, it was only after that the FIR was registered. FIR that was registered at 11:45 in the evening, 8 hours after the incident. So the big question emerges, why did it take over 8 hours for the Kolkata police to register the case? CBI maintains that there were loopholes in this entire timeline. The timeline shows that Kolkata police officers were likely to be examined to basically close these very loopholes. Because question number one, if at all they were informed in the morning, why did it take so long for them to register the FIR? More importantly, why would you file the FIR after the cremation has already taken place? Let's now take you through the other links that are emerging right now. The two characters that we're talking about, the two characters that you see is Arup Datta. That's the new character whom you saw running away when the media was actually asking the question. The other character is Sanjay Roy, whom is the prime accused if you simply go by the claims that have been made by the Kolkata police, but the possibility of one more person. The lens on Datta's relationship with Sanjay Roy. So if you're wondering who exactly is this person is directly linked. He's an assistant sub-inspector of the police. Let's move quickly. Evades journalists and runs into the CBI office. Grilled by the CBI for almost about 8 hours. CBI probing Anup Datta's statements that have been recorded. He's likely to summon Anup Datta once again. In fact, let's take you through the other. These are those who have been questioned so far. Sanjay Roy, Sandep Ghosh, ASI Anup Datta. As far as the Kolkata top cop is concerned, there has been no action that has been taken as yet. Even the CBI has not sent out any notice to the top cop asking. Let's move on to the other details that are basically emerging right now. But before we go to the breaking news now coming in, I'll just quickly take you through some more details that are coming in with regards to the link that has emerged. Let's take you through 297 signatories, those eminent citizens who are now seeking justice. They've signed an open letter. In fact, that involves judges, IPS officers, IS officers, medical practitioners who have all come together for justice for Abaya. These are the details that are now coming in. And as we've been saying, over the last 12 days, what we have seen on the streets of not just Kolkata, but almost every city in the country, you've had eminent citizens coming together seeking for justice. Many have raised question about the manner in which the investigation has been carried out, the manner in which Mamata government has perhaps carried out the entire investigation. Let me also bring in my colleague and our senior executive editor, Abhishek Kapoor, who's getting us more details of all those who have signed the letter. Abhishek, what we have essentially seen right now is the fact that you have several citizens coming together raising concerns about the manner in which the investigation has been carried out, and the fact that they are now seeking justice by simply saying that was there an attempt perhaps to try and cover up this entire matter? Abhishek.
Of course, diplomats, top bureaucrats, top policemen, all these have come together, 297 of them, some of them Padma awardees, and they are expressing the nation's angst at the manner in which the whole thing has been handled by the Bengal government. So they have narrated how, for example, 20 minutes after the incident, attempt was made to remove evidence, and initially the heinous crime was sought to be passed off as a suicide, and then when it became clear that it's a murder, then attempt was made to remove evidence from the scene of crime, including starting of construction work, which these eminent citizens say began just 20 meters from the crime scene and within 24 hours of the incident, and this potentially compromised the scene of crime. And then they are saying that things were not moving till the time that Calcutta High Court intervened. And then we have seen the manner in which the government has conducted itself has had a demoralizing consequence on the doctors protesting. This is, the eminent citizens say, not an isolated event in West Bengal. There seems to be a common picture or a common thread emerging. And obviously, the eminent citizens of the country, 297 of them who are signatory to this letter, are perturbed that this has been allowed to happen.
Well, thank you very much, Abhishek, for getting us the latest details. Now, was there a Trinamool Congress leader present at the crematorium? Was there an attempt to cover up? Was there an attempt to destroy evidence? What was it that the parents were told when the body was discovered? All of this answered by Bikash Ranjan Bhattacharya, who is the lawyer of Abaya. Listen in to what he had to say. 12 days on, justice for Abaya remains elusive. Joining us on this broadcast is Bikash Ranjan Bhattacharya. Sir, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. Let me straight away begin by asking you, 12 days on, you may be now in a position to tell our viewers as to how it all started. There was a suicide narrative that was being peddled. What is it that you can tell our viewers with regards to the first response that came in from the RG Kaur hospital? What is it that they had to tell the parents of Abaya?
You see, the first phone call that was received by the parents is around 10:35 in the morning, saying that your daughter is ill, please come to the hospital. When the parents inquired, please tell us what is the nature of illness. No answer. Then after about half an hour, one phone call from assistant superintendent of hospital saying your daughter has committed suicide. Then they had rushed to the hospital. The question is, a doctor on duty in a hospital, she was murdered. The other people around must be medical persons. They could have easily visualized the body and come to a conclusion that that cannot be a case of suicide. It must be a case of murder. But unfortunately, the attempt was made to mislead the whole thing and give an impression to the parents that their daughter had committed suicide. This is the first thing which is very inappropriate and raises doubt in the mind of any common man. Secondly, the police outpost was there. The police outpost, having got the information, they informed the local police station that took 20 minutes for information to go from outpost to the local police station. And the local police station, instead of rushing to the spot, they summoned homicide squad. I really fail to understand when an information of murder comes, it is the primary duty of the police to rush to the spot, make a preliminary inquiry, then homicide and others would definitely come. The forensic evidence would come later. This was not done. The parents were kept waiting for more than 3 hours. Then an inquest was made and they were made to sign the inquest report. And at 10:45 in the evening, an FIR was registered through the pain of the father. The FIR statement was not his own volition. These are the things which really created doubts in mind. And after 2-3 days, we found that the chief minister publicly held a meeting and said, your demonstration have been there for 2-3 days. Now I will be on the streets to demonstrate. At 3 o'clock on 13th, the Honorable High Court, after hearing us, transferred the investigation to the CBI. And on the very same day, about 4 o'clock, Chief Minister made a statement and there was a vandalism at 12 midnight in the Arjikar hospital. The whole purpose was to scare out the demonstrators. Who are the demonstrators? The students and these other young community. That's the whole point on which suspicion moves around.
Mr. Bhattacharya, I want to share two sets of information with you after speaking to my sources here in the national capital within the central agency. One, with regards to the delay in filing the FIR, we are looking at over 9 hours in the delay. They are not happy. They say that there is a clear loophole. The second aspect is with regards to the role of Sandep Ghosh. I'm given to understand, Mr. Bhattacharya, that Sandep Ghosh was aware of the crime. He has now told the Central Bureau of Investigation that the reason why he did not file the FIR was because the parents were already informed. These are the two sets of information that is now coming in. Do you believe that there is a clear cover-up on the part of the Kolkata police, or else why would it take over 9 hours?
Absolutely. This is a cock and bull story. This was the primary duty of the principal, who is in charge of the institution, that one of his employees, on-duty doctor, was murdered. He ought to have lost the information then and there. He shouldn't have waited for the parents to come and lodge an first information report. This itself is a ground on which the failure of the investigating agency is apparent. What prompted them to wait so long? What prompted the principal to wait so long? Because he was in charge of the institution. Therefore, all these things have to be now gone into by CBI, and they have to join the dots to find out who are the real culprits and how could this brutal attack on the lady on duty could be perpetrated in presence of other staffs of the hospital.
The other big concern was the nature of injuries. Most of the forensic experts that I spoke to, Mr. Bhattacharya, they are saying that 16 external injuries is something very difficult to comprehend that could have been done by one person, the possibility of more than one person.
That's the opinion of the forensic experts. The forensic expert who had interacted with me to enlighten me on the subject, he was of the definite opinion that this couldn't have been done by one individual. There must be other persons who had participated to this act of crime, and the chief minister's fixing up the responsibility with one person again raises doubt whether the chief minister was trying to hide somebody else.
When you speak to the parents, because as I understand, the parents, the body of the cremation angle is also another important aspect, because when we spoke to the crematorium staff members, they say that the police was in a tearing hurry to cremate the body.
Because the police probably was apprehending furious protests from the different corners. Already the entire city, particularly the SFI and DYFI community, they were on the streets. The doctors, interns, they are on the street. Therefore, police wanted to probably destroy the body and thought that that will really quell the heat of these demonstrators. That might be playing behind their mind. That's my assessment.
Also, the fact here is that the involvement, the political link that is basically emerging. Mr. Bhattacharya, do you believe that there is a clear political link, and that is the reason why there was an attempt to protect the RG Kar hospital principal?
You see, so far the attempt to protect the principal definitely has some administrative and political interest. Otherwise, a person who had put his papers down 2 days after the incident saying that I am leaving the government job, he couldn't have brought back within just 4 hours and with a prize posting the principal of another medical college in Kolkata. What was so much, the responsibility rests upon the person that he cannot be spared. The government hospitals couldn't be run without the presence of an individual. That gives a bad smell, and which the Honorable High Court took it very seriously and commented upon. The Honorable Supreme Court has also equally commented upon this, that what link do you have with this particular individual that you cannot spare him? That is the issue, again, to be gone into by the investigating agency.
Mr. Bhattacharya, is it true that a Trinamool Congress leader was given access to the crematorium, the presence of a TMC leader?
You see, the local TMC MLA had in fact escorted and dragged the parents out from the house to really act in terms of the police direction. That's the complaint. And you see, TMC involvement, maybe not as a party there, but definitely the administrative authorities who are there, the health minister, the police minister, the chief minister, all and one. And the chief minister must have thought that this sort of incident happened in hospital. It should be buried down immediately. It should not be exposed so that the people can feel aggrieved. That definitely is that has definitely happened here in this instant case.
There is also a growing fear that with Abaya's parents being extremely vocal, critical of the government, are they safe? Is there a fear that the parents have at this point in time? Is there some sort of a pressure that is being put on them?
Now the parents are really in the hands of safe persons. Therefore, the parents are not scared of them. Initially, the chief minister had approached them with money, said that I can pay you 10 lakhs of rupees. If you want to keep the memory alive, you can do some memorial service. All this nonsense was made by the chief minister. And that created huge doubt in the minds of all. And the parents...
Well, that's all that we could pack at this edition of This Is Exclusive. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time with more exclusive stories.
Students on the streets, doctors in rebellion. No political cover-up can prevent justice for Abaya. Who is being protected by Mamata's police? Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
In the India Today Best Universities 2023 survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
It's absolutely disrespectful, bizarre, and it's killing humanity. I don't think we need to be discussing. We need to be thinking or taking sides in this matter. We have what we have seen in the news. We have evidence of the culprit. There have been news, which I've, of course, read, even if you don't want to see that it's not just one person, there might be more. We have evidence. We know the heinous crime that is committed. We have a person who's into a profession, who's been in profession of saving lives, gone through such trauma. The family is going through such trauma, and we are discussing and taking sides. I mean, I think we've completely lost out on humanity and being aware that we are humans first before we have titles in front of our name or on our desk. It's absolutely bizarre. So I don't think that it's a time to taking sides. I think it's time for punishing the one who has committed the heinous crime and nothing doing. You have evidence, please punish him so that it is there as a testament that, such crimes obviously will not be spared at all. And there's no time for discussion. How she tackles it, how she comes out of it, again, fact of the matter is the police has identified a person. We've identified the victim. We've not identified the one who's committed the crime. No, we have, because we have enough evidence. In the first 24, 40 hours, we had enough evidence. If I have seen sitting in my house on...
Welcome back. Crescendo is building up demand for justice for Abaya, and civil society coming out sharing its angst across the country at the manner in which things have been handled. In fact, Republic has been relentless in its pursuit of finding the truth about the moments during which the botch-ups have happened over the last fortnight, and we continue to bring to you more of it. Let me get you the headlines first. Republic mega expose in Kolkata rape case. Expose 1 tells how CBI has found discrepancies in timeline given by Mamata's cops. A day after ASI Anup Datta summoned by the CBI, probe now reveals that the ASI was linked to accused Sanjay Roy. Revelation in CBI probe shows how Sandep Ghosh, the ex-principal of KG of the hospital, was aware of the crime and yet he remained quiet for hours. Former RG car official makes a big claim, says there were 3 rackets running in the hospital and that the ex-principal sold unclaimed bodies.
সিবিআই কে আজকে আবারও আপনাকে ডেকেছে। লালবাজার কি আপনি যাবেন না সন্দীপ বাবু? লালবাজার কি যাবেন না আজকে? আপনাকে তো ডাকা হয়েছে।
Republic Banga confronts Sandep Ghosh over cover-up attempt, but he remains mum.
He has no control over the administration, so हमारी मांग है ममता बनर्जी को भी रिजाइन कर देना चाहिए.
BJP hits the streets demanding Mamata's resignation, says law and order in shambles under Mamata government. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in next 1 hour, in fact, as we speak, Republic is getting to you 3 big angles in the Kolkata rape and murder horror that will reveal how there was a big nexus that had been running all this while at the RG hospital, that how this is just not a case of rape and murder, but there is something more than meets the eye. Clearly, the victim knew something for which she had to be silenced. Newsbreak number 1 that we are getting to you is that the CBI probe has found that the timeline provided by the Kolkata police has a lot of things missing. In fact, it so comes out now that the FIR was registered a good 8 hours after the incident took place. That's around 11:45 p.m., which was 3 hours after the body had already been given to the family for cremation. And all this while, we were made to believe that all actions were being taken pronto. Let's look at those details and then understand what has the CBI found.
It has been 12 days since Abaya was brutally raped and murdered at RG Hospital and College in Kolkata. The entire nation is seething in anger over the Kolkata rape and murder horror. India is out on the streets demanding justice for Abaya. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is staring at a people's uprising, with protests erupting left, right and centre across Kolkata. She deployed her corps to brutally crack down on the protests. Meanwhile, rape-accused Sanjay Roy's close aide, Assistant Sub-Inspector Arnab Datta, was also summoned by the CBI yesterday. Watch how ASI Arnab Datta runs away from the journalists and their cameras. Rape-accused Sanjay Roy and former RG College principal Sandep Ghosh are being continuously grilled by the CBI. Facing seething anger, Mamata was forced to take action against her own corps. However, suspending 2 assistant commissioners and an inspector for alleged negligence over the RG vandalism seems like token action rather than a sincere effort to give justice to Abaya. Significantly, Mamata Banerjee's top cop Vineet Kumar Goyal is away from facing the axe. Amid the nationwide public outcry and token action by the Chief Minister, a lot of questions remain unanswered. And the big question, is it true or is it not true that the Kolkata Police Commissioner Vineet Goyal himself intervened in the case and was directly in touch, giving instructions before Abaya's cremation?
All right, getting back to back news breaks. The second angle that we are pursuing is that the CBI is investigating connections between ASI Arnab Datta and the main accused Sanjay Roy. It seems that Datta provided safe house or protection to Roy. They knew each other from earlier, and the fact that after the incident, Roy was provided refuge in police quarters, has also provided a motorbike. Let's look at this aspect.
After the Kolkata police was deemed unfit and inefficient by the top court to secure the RG hospital, the CISF took charge today. This a day after the Supreme Court heavily criticized the Kolkata police for mishandling the mob attack at RG hospital.
Sir, what are you going to take over from today? I'm not supposed, I'm doing my job which has been mandated by higher authority. So let me do our job. Whatever input we require, it will be given to you once we do our.
From squandering government money to evading financial rules deliberately to malpractice in recruitment to collecting bribes from vendors. Shocking allegations of malpractice that have come to light from RG Kar.
Obviously, the women doctors have left for the reason that they are fearful of their safety. If the premises of this hospital have to be safeguarded for these doctors to resume duty, who is going to provide security at the premises?
Well, we give an undertaking to this court.
CISF security.
We'll give an undertaking to this court.
Let it be CISF.
What we suggest is this, because if conditions return to normal,
we'll put additional.
If conditions return to normal at this hospital,
yes,
and doctors start coming back, this will have an impact on the rest of the.
Of course, yes. Of course.
Therefore, why will we propose that let the CISF provide security at the premises of this hospital?
Deputy Superintendent of the West Bengal Health Recruitment Board, Akhtar Ali, in an exclusive conversation with Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami, spilled the beans on the debate last night.
Akhtar Ali, I want to start with you. What information do you have about what was going on in the RG Kar hospital and what has led to this particular crime?
Actually, 1.5 years ago, in the month of July 2023, I lodged a complaint against this former principal, Dr. Sandep Ghosh, regarding his irregularities and scam, and I exposed him in front of media, TV9, and in Anand Bazar Patrika also published regarding his scam. He is a criminal, he is not doctor. He is a criminal and he is running, he is right now, he used to run.
Okay, we are getting breaking news development here. These are pictures coming in from Kolkata, where the governor is expected to meet the family of the victim, the parents of Abaya, and the carcade of the governor reaching there in Kolkata. These are live pictures coming in, and we will try and get a reporter on the ground because we have teams there. And Governor C.V. Anand Bose reaching the residence of the parents of Abaya, and he would be meeting them. Remember, the governor has taken a tough position. He in fact flew down to Delhi, met the president, apprised the president of the situation in Bengal. The governor also met the Union Home Minister Amit Shah. That was yesterday, and today he has gone back to Kolkata, and now he is meeting the family of the victim, the parents of Abaya. These are pictures coming in of West Bengal Governor C.V. Anand Bose. Yeah, there in the pictures, you can see him now coming out of the car and going towards the residence of Abaya to meet the family. West Bengal Governor C.V. Anand Bose there in the pictures. These are live pictures coming in from Kolkata, and so we'll get more details as we get our reporters there on the ground live with us in a bit. But before that, we bring to you the third aspect or third angle that we have looked into since investigations have picked up pace with the CBI questioning some of those suspects. In fact, the CBI now believes that Sandep Ghosh was aware of the crime but failed to alert authorities or file an FIR in time, claiming instead that the parents were informed. We have learned that his interrogation focused on two key areas: the timing of renovation work and Ghosh's failure to register an FIR. Dr. Ghosh maintains that the renovation plan was established earlier, and it was noted that Sanjay Roy, the prime accused, was part of Ghosh's security detail. Republic Bangla in fact questioned Sandep Ghosh. Listen in to that sequence.
আপনি কি কাউকে আড়াল করতে চাইছেন? শুধুমাত্র কি সঞ্জয়ের পেছনে রয়েছে? সন্দীপ বাবু কিছু বলতে চান? সিবিআই কি আজকে আবারও আপনাকে ডেকেছে? লালবাজার কি আপনি যাবেন না সন্দীপ বাবু? লালবাজার কি যাবেন না আজকে? আপনাকে তো ডাকা হয়েছে নির্যাতিতার নাম প্রকাশ্যে আনার জন্য। সঞ্জয়কে কি আড়াল করার চেষ্টা করছেন সন্দীপ বাবু? কিছু বলবেন? এই ঘটনায় কি আরো অনেকে যুক্ত রয়েছে? সুপ্রিম কোর্ট কার্যত ভৎসনা করেছে কালকে সন্দীপ বাবু। সুপ্রিম কোর্ট কার্যত আপনাকে ভৎসনা করেছে সন্দীপ বাবু। আপনি অধ্যক্ষ ছিলেন সেই সময়, শুধুমাত্র সেমিনার রুমে একাধিক ছাপ পাওয়া গিয়েছে। সিবিআই ফরেনসিক টিম সেখানে গিয়েছে, সিবিআই একাধিক ছাপ পেয়েছে। এভিডেন্স নষ্ট করা, এভিডেন্স কি কোনোভাবে নষ্ট করা হয়েছে সন্দীপ বাবু? কিছু বলতে চান?
Hundreds of doctors staged a protest outside the CGO complex in Kolkata, where the CBI was questioning accused Sanjay Roy and former principal of RGKR Hospital, Sandep Ghosh. The protesting doctors demanded action against Ghosh and they condemned the Mamata government. They said that they have no hope from Mamata Banerjee and that they will not return to work until justice is given.
रेपिस्ट है, जो असली रेपिस्ट है उसको नहीं धरकर, हाँ, जो रेपिस्ट को धरा गया है, इस और भी कुछ घोटाला है इधर। हाँ, हमारा डिमांड है जो असली रेपिस्ट है उसको अरेस्ट कीजिए, और हमारा सीपी, हमारा जो शहर का सीपी है इसको तुरंत बर्खास्त करना चाहिए।
Doctors and medical staff began a protest march from CGO complex to the Swasthya Bhavan in Bengal. In Kolkata, they held posters and demanded justice for Abaya. Doctors from Kolkata's National Institute of Homeopathy too held a protest against the brutal rape and murder of the trainee doctor. They held posters that read, "Even healers need safety."
Justice! Every girl wants justice! Beat for justice! Beat for justice! Archi korer matha dhoro! Matha dhoro! Matha dhoro! Archi korer matha dhoro! Matha dhoro!
BJP leaders Shukanto Majumdar and Agnimitra Paul held a protest at Sham Bazar area of Kolkata. The leaders called out the Mamata government over the incident, demanding her resignation.
कल कोर्ट का जो भार्डिक्ट आया सुप्रीम कोर्ट का, वो दर्शाता है कि कोर्ट का भारत के सर्वोच्च न्यायालय का ममता बनर्जी के सरकार के ऊपर, पुलिस प्रशासन के ऊपर कोई फेथ नहीं है। इसलिए इमीडिएटली सीपी को हटा देना चाहिए, तत्काल अपने पद से हटा देना चाहिए। एक के बाद एक जो घटना घट रही है, ये दर्शाता है कि ममता बनर्जी हैज़ नो कंट्रोल ओवर द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन। सो हमारी मांग है ममता बनर्जी को भी रिजाइन कर देना चाहिए।
BJP leader Loket Chatterjee said that the entire country has only one demand: justice for Abaya, and if Mamata Banerjee cannot give justice, then she must resign.
पूरा देश, पूरा पश्चिम बंगाल एक ही डिमांड है, जस्टिस। अगर ममता बनर्जी जस्टिस नहीं दे पा रहे हैं, उसको रिजाइन देना चाहिए। जो ममता बनर्जी ये पश्चिम बंगाल का मुख्यमंत्री है, जो ममता बनर्जी यहाँ का होम मिनिस्टर है, जो ममता बनर्जी यहाँ का हेल्थ मिनिस्टर है, जो ममता बनर्जी यहाँ का पुलिस का मिनिस्टर है, इसमें यही खुद का सरकार के विरुद्ध में रास्ते के ऊपर खड़ा हो गया। हम लोग चाहते हैं जस्टिस दो, नहीं तो रिजाइन दो।
Doctors, students and others held a protest and demanded justice in the RG car case. Students held posters condemning the brutal incident and sought justice for the victim. Members of the Aam Aadmi Party Women's Wing staged a protest at Rajghat in the national capital. They chanted slogans, demanded justice for the trainee doctor and asked for women safety measures. This is all we had in terms of all the investigation that Republic has carried out for you viewers, and for more on whatever is happening on the ground and the implications for doctors, for us as a nation, for the women, join Arnab Goswami at 8 p.m. on the other side of the short break.
The battle for justice continues. Who is Mamata government trying to protect? Justice for Abaya, India's biggest public campaign. Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Let's salute President Biden. He has been democracy's champion at home and abroad. He brought dignity, decency, and confidence back to the White House. And he showed what it means to be a true patriot. Thank you, Joe Biden, for your lifetime of service and leadership. And then there was 2016, when it was the honor of my life to accept our party's nomination for president. And nearly 66 million Americans voted for a future where there are no ceilings on our dreams. And afterwards, we refused to give up on America. Millions marched, many ran for office. We kept our eyes on the future. Well, my friends, the future is here. I wish my mother and Kamala's mother could see us. They would say, keep going. Shirley and Jerry would say, keep going. Women fighting for reproductive health care are saying, keep going. Families building better lives. Parents stretching to afford child care, young people struggling to pay their rent. They're all asking us to keep going. So, with faith in each other and joy in our
हमें नहीं लगता बिना पब्लिक प्रेशर की ये बात बनती यहाँ तक भी आती है।
जो लोग दोषी हैं वो लोगों को शास्ति ना मिले तब तक ये प्रोटेस्ट चलता रहेगा।
जैसे इस देश की स्थिति चल रही है उसमें तो मैं बिल्कुल अपने आप को सुरक्षित नहीं समझती हूँ। डॉक्टर्स आर नॉट सेफ इन देयर ओन वर्क प्लेस।
We demand them. They have to pass an ordinance and they have to make sure that ordinance has to be tabled in the next parliament session and it has to be made into an act.
Students on the streets, doctors in rebellion. No political cover-up can prevent justice for Abaya, who is being protected by Mamata's police. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
In the India Today Best Universities 2023 survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
Mamata government trying to protect? Justice for Abaya, India's biggest public campaign. Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Director, the taste of success.
In the India Today Best Universities 2023 survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
Let's salute President Biden. He has been democracy's champion at home and abroad. He brought dignity, decency, and competence back to the White House. And he showed what it means to be a true patriot. Thank you, Joe Biden, for your lifetime of service and leadership. And then there was 2016, when it was the honor of my life to accept our party's nomination for president. And nearly 66 million Americans voted for a future where there are no ceilings on our dreams. And afterwards, we refused to give up on America. Millions marched, many ran for office. We kept our eyes on the future. Well, my friends, the future is here. I wish my mother and Kamala's mother could see us. They would say, keep going. Shirley and Jerry would say, keep going. Women fighting for reproductive health care are saying, keep going.
The battle for justice continues. Who is Mamata government trying to protect? Justice for Abaya, India's biggest public campaign. Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
25 में आरजेडी की क्या स्थिति रहेगी?
आरजेडी जनसुराज बनने के बाद यहाँ तीसरे नंबर का दल रहेगा। एनडीए और जनसुराज में सीधा मुकाबला होगा, आरजेडी तीसरे नंबर का दल होगा। और इस बात को इस बार आप लिख लीजिए, अगली बार जब आप हमारा इंटरव्यू करेंगे तो पूछिएगा इसका वजह मैं आपको बता दूंगा।
बार-बार मैं लिख के आता हूं।
हाँ, लिख के आइएगा।